Alright guys, what you need for this job is your LED strip light, soldering iron, a bit of flux with your solder, heat gun, multimeter, bit of wire and some double-sided tape. Also guys, there you can see it's stock. This is stock one passenger side. In the daytime you can't see it lighting up, but if we go around to the passenger side, like drivers, retard, it lights up in the daytime. So that's what it'll look like. In night it'll be a lot brighter. Right, so first step is to jack up your car. But now obviously first step is to take the trim off to get to the ribbon cable connection. Once you're at the connection, just need to pull the tab slightly. There's a little button. It's in there somewhere. We'll need a tiny little screwdriver to get that little bastard out. And there you go.
It's quite easy to unstick.
Yeah, quite easy to unstick. Don't really need a heat gun for this bit. So there's your connection for the actual light. Now if you flip it round, at the top of here, inside here is one LED bulb which shines through a bit of plastic that lights it all up. Obviously with this bit you got to try and get to the ribbon cable itself by peeling off the bit of like hot glue, bit of shit. And then once that's done you can then separate the top from the bottom with a little diddy screwdriver, but be careful not to bend the metal. Or no, this is where you want the heat gun.
Yeah, do you need the heat gun really?
Alright, so this bit we're going to try with the heat gun. See what it does. Once heated up, and we forgot to mention, use a trim removal tool.
It's quite tight
to get in there.
Need that.
Probably need the little screwdriver first and then the big one after. So once the trim removal's in, it's quite simple to come away. This is the bit you got to be careful of, not to try and bend the metal. Tell you what, that hairdryer worth the drink.
Starting to get a little bit hard, so
yeah.
reheat. Melt your thing, your sand.
I was going to say, is that melting through?
Yeah.
Right, and there we go. Now this is the plastic bit I was talking about. There's water in it already. So this plastic bit has the ST logo going down through it, and the LED will shine. So there's the LED. It will shine through the end of this bit of plastic down to the other end, and there's a little like diffuser strip to keep the light from spreading out. Also, when putting the new LED strip in, you do not need this no more, so that can go, and that. So yeet that out of the way. So all you need is your soldering iron now, some bits of shit, and there we go. Okay, for this bit, we're just going to unsolder the ribbon cable from its connection. so it will come loose, and then just push out the little motherboard bit, because you ain't going to need that again. And just like that.
And you need to keep that.
We need to keep that bit. That is like the most essential bit. I'll hold that again. And then the motherboard, just push it out. And if we grab that bit so we can show them what the lights to. So literally down on there is one LED thing that shines the whole way across, which is shite.
On the original one,
On the original
whole
one,
board burnt out.
The whole, on my driver's side, the whole board was burnt out. And what we do for the multimeter test is just to test which one's the positive and negative. So when we wire it back up, we know which ends is what.
I think I've seen the two outside ones.
Obviously you have to plug it back in for this. And just test which ones it is.
One-handed. I'm quite sure it was the outside ones. Negative voltage, so this way around.
There we go, it did something.
Stupid.
Had it on the wrong one, did you?
Yeah.
What dickhead.
As soon as I saw microvolts, I was like, oh.
Alright, there we go, now we're on the right setting, so there we go. Two outside ones, yeah?
Yeah. Do you want to cut that? Do you want me to do it again?
Nah, it's alright.
Pause it and then play it again.
Nah. So with the electrical connection, it's just the two outside ones you need. The middle one you can just cut off, you don't really need it. What we're doing now is putting a bit of flux onto the connection, so when we solder it all back in, we'll have a decent connection. Now to wait for it to heat back up.
Not warm enough yet. You're not recording.
Here we go, now we're just soldering the connection. Right, and for this bit, what we're going to be doing now is wiring on 2 bits of wire to the connection cable, well, ribbon cable. If you haven't got no wire strippers, then just use your teeth. It's simple. So here we go, there's one cable coming on. Oh, wire I should say.
Or not. Melt the plastic bit whilst we're doing it, but I don't know.
Ah, that's fine, we don't need that. awkward to do this one-handed. Just like that, two wires now wired on.
Just say that we.
Right, and after this bit, all we're doing is plugging it back in, and then just testing which one is now the positive and negative with the two new bits of wire on.
I think you might have timed out on the light.
Do you reckon?
Right.
Hold that then, I'll just start the car, well, ignition and turn back on. Yeah, it's timed out. There we go. Right, just try again. .64.
So that's really positive voltage, so that one there is your positive. I'll just tie a knot on it. Just so
Yeah. So once you know which one's your positive, just tie a little knot on it. And now you just take it, take the cable working connection back off to then feed the wires through the hole. To then get your LED strip ready. So this is your LED strip. Forgot to mention with this strip, there is little points along the strip where you can cut it from, because that's where your connections go. You want to cut two pieces off, one for the whole length of the light, and then a little bit for where the ST logo goes, because it won't illuminate all of it. And there you go. Once it's, you put the LED strip all stuck in, that's what it should look like. And then what you do is then solder on the wire to the little connection points. Obviously one right down there. Don't forget to cut the length. Right, now we're going to start soldering the wire connection onto the LED strip. Don't forget to use a bit of flux for a better connection with your solder. And just like that, it's wired on, and don't forget to burn yourself in the process. Right, and now to do the connection for that little one, you put one little connection there, which obviously goes to that bit, and then you need another bit of wire to go with the other one. Like so. Here we go. Preemptive the soldering iron. A bit of solder on the wire.
Needs a bit of flux.
Bit of KY jelly. Smell that melting plastic. Love it. Now move to that side.
It says it on the things.
Also, with wiring up this, don't forget to make sure you get the polarities the right way around. Otherwise it won't work.
It's trying to get it hot.
And there you go, just like that. Your dodgy soldering irons and solders are connected. And there we go. Once it's all plugged back in, that's what it should look like. All bright as fuck. So now what we're doing is just going to be cleaning up the actual metal strip. Just take all the rubber, all the bits of glue off and on the car, and that's it pretty much. Now once you've all got everything all in place with the sticky back blast, foam padding, everything like that, this is now ready to put back on.
Yep. Try to make sure you line it out first time.
Try to line it up. And there you go. Plug it back in, turn the ignition on. There we go. All lit back up now. And it looks way better than OEM. Now once you got everything all taped back up, and make sure you silicone the gap where the ribbon cable is. stick it back on, plug it back in, and away you should go. And there you go. All lit up. Easy peasy, half hour later. Simple. And there we go, guys. All lit up. Exactly the same on the driver's side. You could actually see it during the course of the daytime. At night time, it's so bright, it's like being on a bloody plane runway. So, and there we go. About half hour's job for the sake of 20 quid. Enjoy.